Hello everyone, what is up? Another Pokemon Card Mail Day, episode 24 of June 2026. Not a lot of Pokemon card news since the last episode, so we go over these cards pretty quickly, a short episode today. It is bloody hot here where I record my Pokemon card videos, so let's dive straight into it. We have the pile of Pokemon cards that I listed over the last week. All these Pokemon cards are Pokemon cards that came in through the mail of the last week that I purchased in the week prior or 2 weeks prior. So these are already listed. This is backstock inventory. This is PC pickups. Let's start with the first stack. So let's start with the Pokemon cards that I've relisted online for sale. And then also talk a little bit how the summer slowdown is now in full effect already. Usually over the weekend I sell a bunch of Pokemon cards. Later this episode I will add in a clip of a really nice order that I had to ship out today. 3 tracked letterboxes and 2 bubble mailers. I think that is pretty similar to last week. In comparison to the months prior, like March and April, I had to ship out sometimes 11 or 12 tracked letterboxes and then 12 more bubble mailers. So there is definitely a summer slowdown going on. And I can entirely understand that. It is nice weather, people are saving up for their holidays, the summer holidays. I think in general every retail store has to deal with the summer slowdown as well. Obviously it is depending on what kind of products you offer. If you sell fans and air conditioning systems or you work in the restaurant business, I think you will have pretty busy days with this weather. Maybe the ice cream salesman as well. But in general, like I said, I think many Pokemon card resellers or sellers or vendors or however you want to call them are affected by this phenomena. So we have a really nice Lugia here from Prismatic Evolutions. I didn't have this one in stock for a long time. I'm also trying to get the one from the Classic collection. They're both different artworks. They sold pretty well in the past. I decided to put one of my Zapdos from Hidden Fates from my personal collection online for sale. So the thing is, if I sell a little bit less cards, or fewer cards I must say, then there is also a little bit less money for me to spend on Pokemon cards again, to buy new Pokemon cards. Because I decided a few months ago I really would not like to put more money in the Pokemon card hobby and try to fund my further collection goals with selling older cards that I have enough copies of or that I really don't like to collect anymore. So for instance we have the roller skater here. I have a 9.5 CGC already. The price was so low I picked it up. I wanted to add it to the personal collection, but now in times that there is not so much sales going on, I decided to put this one up in order to have some more variety listed. I'm not too attached to that one. Here we have some examples of cards that I have maybe 5 to 10 copies of each, and then I decided, okay, for the variety's sake, let me put some more up for sale. Beautiful condition, as you can see, no stickers on those 3 cards. That's the thing as well. I went over my inventory. I saw that I had a lot of excellent condition cards, which means there's a sticker on there, which means in the blue sticker it has a few scratches on the surface, and the green sticker there's a little bit of whitening, so I determined them to be excellent condition. And I almost had no more near mint to mint cards listed, so I decided, okay, let's open up the binder and check the ETB and let's put some of those really nice near mint cards back up for sale. Hopefully now I will be able again to sell a nice mix of near mint and also excellent condition cards. So lately I have noticed a few problems with the mail. Not specifically when I ship out cards, but now I am talking about it. Someone just messaged me that there was a little delay. They said, hey, I only received it after 4 days. Usually it's 1 day. And I said, well, I can show you. I put it in the mail like 4 days ago, so yeah. But I am still waiting, and that happens now on multiple occasions for regular bubble mailers. People ship them out to me, or at least they put them on the sent status. They mark them as sent, and then I don't receive the cards for now again 15 days. I said in the last episode last week there were some cards on the way to me. I finally received those, but now again I'm waiting for, on the start of the month, 1 envelope, 1 bubble mailer. The guy messaged me, hey, haven't you received it yet? No, I have not received it yet. So that's a bit of a bummer. We have a really nice Sylveon EX here, Surging Spark, so not Prismatic Evolutions. But yeah, those are really great condition cards. Oh, there we have a Dragonite. So let's take a look at the condition of the Dragonite. So immediately if you turn the card around, take it out of the sleeve and put it in the light. Let me know if you like these kind of sections of the videos as well, guys, where we take a closer look at the condition. I think they fit in really well with the mail day videos, so hopefully it is perfectly visible. You see at least 2 indents there, maybe 3 already, so I determined this card and a little dot of whitening up there. So that's not even everything that is wrong with the card, but those factors are for me enough to put it in the damaged or the good quality condition, like a PSA 4 or so. And don't get mistaken by the name of the condition, because it sounds like, oh, good, well, that means nice. But in terms of grading cards, you have good, excellent, near mint. And under near mint, I also put all my mint cards. I don't use the mint for ungraded cards. So good is only like a 5 or a 4. Good is not like a 8. Don't get mixed up there, but when I list those cards that are slightly damaged, I will list all the damage as well. I don't go as far to take pictures of the damage, because I know if you take pictures of the damage, no one wants to buy it, but I put it in the description why I think it is damaged. So this listing will probably say something like, oh, 2 indents on the back. And that should be enough information for people to determine they want to buy the card for their binder or they want to buy the card for grading, and that is not the card that I would advise to send out for grading. And that's how we roll over here, folks. So a really nice Cosmos Foil Pikachu. I'm really fan of all those Cosmos Foils cards. They're really not really selling for me, so that's a bit unfortunate. Cards like Pikachu are definitely selling. But in general, if you just have a Sneasel or a Weavile from a blister pack, those are not selling that well for me. Here a nice Shining Legends Plusle and Minun card by Komiya. So that is a perfect recipe, all those factors for a nice card. Popular artist, Shining Legends is a little bit older but also really desired set. And then you have that Plusle and Minun factor. People really love these Pokemon, and yeah, it is in excellent condition, so people purchase this for the binder definitely. And then we have the Froakie. So this is one of the cards that I was waiting for 15 days, and now finally a couple of days ago it came in. As soon as it arrived, I put one back up for sale. I think I have 2 or 3 for the collection. So then we have another Pikachu. I decided to pick up some more Pikachus, and if you buy Pikachus, there's not anyone left on the market that has 4 different Pikachus for cheap. You always have to buy 1 Pikachu, or with some luck you can buy 2 Pikachus, and then you have to fill up the envelope. That's what I do, at least with other cards that are on average, that are also in demand. So let's say there are 2 Pikachus, then we have these 2 cards that I am going to add to the order. And here we are, folks. I talked about the Jesse and James cards last week, so I picked up a bunch of them, but I picked them all up near mint. And you can see immediately the orange stickers, so I got bamboozled a little bit there. I didn't ask for discount. I will show the other cards in a moment. It was not even worth my time to ask for that amount of money for a discount, but yeah, I'm still bamboozled. People should really learn to watch and grade their cards in the right condition. Very strict on my grading, and very important that you don't sell damaged cards as near mint, to me at least. It really feels like they're trying to pull one over on you, or at me at least there, but yeah. It didn't break the bank is what they say, and we just move on quietly and nicely, and we just keep going. And I think even in the good condition these cards will eventually sell for the right price. So here we have some backstock, so I put 1 Froakie in the backstock, I put 1 more Jesse and James in the backstock, I put 1 more Pikachu in the backstock, 1 more Audino as well. There we have the Fennekin, a bunch of Radiants because I purchased them for between like 50 cents and $1 each. And by adding those to the orders, I save a little bit on shipping cost of the cards that I actually want, because the same shipping cost is divided over more cards. And I learned from experience, if I just start to bulk these up and just buy them and put them online for $1 each or something, eventually when I have enough listed, there will be some store or someone who will buy everything at once again, and then I can basically offload everything again, and that is when you start to see the money. Not at the moment that you purchase it and that you have it sitting for maybe 1 to 2 years in the inventory, but yeah. So here we have a bunch. I saw someone online that had a large quantity of these, so I just purchased them all from one person. They're all not near mint except one, and that is the one that I put in my personal collection. They're not all that damaged as the one that we just showed, but they're all a little bit damaged, a little bit whitening on the back. I don't even count the off-center. A card can still be near mint to mint when it is off-center, but as soon as it starts to damage to appear, that is when I start to devalue the card and lower the condition. So, ladies and gentlemen, the last stack of cards already for today. We have a bunch of Japanese art rares. There will be a new collection episode on the way, but it is just bloody hot up here, and we have the World Cup going on that I'm really a fan of and trying to watch as many matches as I can. The sales are a little bit slower, so I don't have that much money to put back into the Pokemon cards, although I keep buying all the time. I really think keep buying is one of the best things that you can do, especially now when there is a summer slowdown. I wish I had more capital for this moment, but I invest a lot of the money in Pokemon cards, so I'm not capital heavy. I'm at this moment really Pokemon card heavy. And when you're trying to sell something, that's really a nice thing to have, but if no one is wanting to buy it and you need new money to buy new cards because you want to buy new cards, that's not really a nice combination. But we're just tagging along, folks. Look at that, a nice Eaton Staplotion. Not too much money at the moment, like 12 bucks maybe 15, I can be wrong on that one. And then we have a Pikachu with Batik shirt. I sold one for 20, I purchased one back for 17 or 18, and I'm gonna try to sell it again for 20, and I try to keep that ball rolling every time. Just like a 10%, 20% margin trying to build in there. So I will show you now the clip of the Pokemon cards that I sold today that I had to package and ship out earlier. And there were many more orders, but I decided to record only this one, and I didn't have too much to talk about today. I knew that already, so it is a nice addition to the video. So thanks everybody for watching. I will roll the clip right now, and I'll catch you all on the next one. If you like this kind of content, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel. Quick interruption of the video. This is an order that I just packed and prepared for shipping later today. It is mostly bulk, but there are some really cool cards in there, just like this Smeargle. Let's go over them pretty quickly. So this was clearly an artist collector. We have a Torchic, then we see a bunch of Komiya cards here. Then we have the Claymation Dedenne by Yukamori, also a couple of Yukamori cards in here. So this one is made by Komiya as well, I didn't know that. Clearly another Mori card from Brilliant Stars, So-So Bulbasaur, and this person is also a fan of Takumi Wada. A lot of Takumi Wada cards in here. So cool Aipom. Here we have some more Komiya cards. I didn't really know I had all those in storage. A really cool Bibarel here. This was not a playable variant, but it's really a cool card with Smeargle in there, so some really cool gimmicks. Articuno, one more Bulbasaur. The matchup Yukamori card, so here we have again the Takumi Wada, awesome. One more Yukamori, Melton. Articuno, so I'm really a fan of this card as well, so that Takumi Wada has really great art. Some of them are really cool, others I don't really care too much about, but yeah. I like this Ivysaur, is really cool as well. And then again, I'm not the biggest fan of the Mamoswine cards, but yeah, Absol is cool. This Ho-Oh is really ridiculously nice. I think I'm gonna buy more of those. And then we have a really funny Clefairy over here, an Obsidian Flames card. I didn't know I had this one in stock. It's by Yukamori. This will be probably a pretty expensive one in the near future, and he paid 20 cents for it. Then we're gonna add a little sticker to the order and package everything and make it ready to ship out later today.